Church, good to see you this morning, and I hope everybody's doing well. We're here again with Pastor, and just to have a few questions, and maybe we'll have a weekly talk. But we want to start off by noticing we finally got your haircut, brother.
Amen. Wife did that. She did a great job too.
I can tell she did.
And I was very pleased with it. Very nervous when she cut it. She did a good job. I think she's probably more nervous than I was.
I would be too if I was her. Did she charge you?
Not yet. Not that I know of. I'm sure there'll be something later on. I'll have to make amends for.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, she did a great job with it.
You'll probably be paying for it from years to come.
Yeah,
you might be.
Amen. It's nice to know she can do it in a pinch. That's the nice thing.
That's right. I was going to offer to take my buzz clippers, but I don't think you want that.
No.
Mine's easy. Tell me about this past week. I know there's been ups and downs, but has there been a bright spot?
Well, of course, I had the frustration with the truck last week, and I haven't really done much with the truck this week just because I had enough of it. So we get to go fishing on Tuesday, spent about a half a day on the lake with Brother Morgan and Brother Dan. Really enjoyed a beautiful day. I think I enjoyed the conversation up and back as much as I did the time we fished. We had shared fishing stories and how we all got into fishing and, how the big one that got away stories and all that kind of stuff. Really enjoyed that. That was good.
A lot of times it is the fellowship.
Yeah.
And boy, we can all relate to that. We miss our fellowship even now as it is. If you had some extra time, let's say you had an extra hour in the day, what would you choose to do with it?
I was thinking about that and I thought, it really depends on the day. Some days like yesterday, I probably could use an extra hour of study time. Other days I need an extra hour for prayer. And there's some days you just like an extra hour for fishing. So it just really depends on what you got going on. There's other times I would like to spend a little more time with my wife or my kids, But most of it just boils down to we got enough time in the day. It's just using our time wisely. The Bible says redeem the time. We just have to learn how to use our time and not waste it, especially when you're really busy. It's easy to let an hour or two slip by and not use it wisely. But yeah, everybody'd like to have an extra hour, wouldn't they?
Amen. Do you think that going through this, people are probably more mindful of that because we're not running so much here and there and to and fro? And I know for our sake anyway, we're spending so much more time together.
Right.
It's better because we're not split so much.
Well, I know just in my neighborhood, I live in a neighborhood with a lot of younger couples. I see them out walking, something I never see happen before. A lot of people out walking together. Others outside just sitting on their front porch like it used to be. People don't do that much anymore because their lives are so fast-paced and so much going on, taking kids here, going there, getting this done. Or maybe dad works during the day, mom works here in the evening time, and people's lives are so strung out that they don't have time to just sit around and enjoy each other or even just sit around in the neighborhood. And now I just see people outside all the time in my neighborhood. So that's just really, really interesting to see that because I've often lamented that we don't do that more.
Mm-hmm.
Just spend time talking to neighbors and getting to know our neighbors. Because the truth of the matter is most of us can live next to people all our lives and not even know them.
Yeah.
So I think it helps you to get to know people better.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the great things about it. I
certainly know mine better because of it. We've been outside a lot. So give the church a word of encouragement maybe for this upcoming week and what we're going through.
Well, I would just say what I've been saying from the beginning is that learning to spend more time with the Lord through all of this and grow closer to the Lord. And it's that closeness to the Lord that allows you to learn to deal with the world that tries to encroach upon your life.
Mm.
And most of the time, what we were just talking about, we spend so much time going here and there that we don't have time to really settle our minds and our hearts many times when we're going through problems. And so this gives you the time to learn how to really spend time in God's Word with the Lord and learn to let Him calm you in your soul and in your spirit. And what you'll find is how enjoyable that is when you spend that kind of time with the Lord and let Him really speak to your heart. But the other thing it will do for you is it will create in you a longing for that.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't do something, you don't really know what you're missing.
Mm-hmm.
But when you begin to do something, then you develop, like you said, an appetite for it. And kind of like David, who mentioned that in his song, where he says, the deer or the hart panted for the water, so my soul longeth after thee, you know. And so this is an opportunity to really draw close to the Lord and spend more time with Him and really develop a relationship with God during this time. And then I think you'll find that once you go back to life as it has been, you'll begin to long for that opportunity to do that.
As much as we have extra time now, the struggle to make the time or find the time is not changed at all.
Right.
It's still there as far as devotional time, time in prayer, and all that. I agree there, because I thought, well, I'm going to get some time to read some books now, you know,
Right.
or I'm going to get some time to do whatever I had on my list, you know. But the truth is, it doesn't matter what you're going through. You've got to make that happen.
You do.
You got to discipline yourself no matter what.
That's exactly right. You got to. And if you're not in the habit of disciplining yourself, it doesn't change when you have the time to do it.
That's right.
So you've got to learn to discipline yourself in that, you know, because we have a tendency to fill our time with things that we enjoy doing, which aren't always the best things for us sometimes.
Right.
You know, it's not even necessarily that they're bad. It's just that we spend too much time sometimes on social media and on this and on that. And a lot of times that's probably what people are doing, is they're spending more time on social media than they ever had before, and they're probably already spending a ton of time on it to begin with. In fact, I think I read an article the other day that was talking about how much FaceTime and how much time on your tablets has increased since all this has happened.
Oh, yeah.
You know, well, that ought to be true for our time with the Lord too. But we have to, like you said, we have to discipline ourselves to do that.
Yeah, I think Netflix is just having a great time right now.
Yeah.
Should have invested in Netflix a couple months ago.
That's right. Yeah.
But you get a lot when you get on social media and the phone and watching so much media. You take in a lot. You just take in, but you're taking in what somebody else has already spent the time thinking about and putting the work into. And I think how much better it would be if we would put some work into studying ourselves, put some work into our prayer time and getting those nuggets. They could actually be turned around. Instead of us taking in so much, we could actually start giving out to other people.
And when you do that, you exercise yourself.
Right.
And when you exercise, you get stronger.
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, and that is part of it, is not just filling up with stuff, but having an outlet for things too. And that's something that I think, you know, I'd like to see us as a church learn how to do better. We can have more of an outlet of things. You know, we have a tendency, because of the type of ministry that we have, to have our whole work kind of wrapped up in a couple ministries, and we've not had that opportunity because those ministries are so large that we do, you know, like master clubs and in school, things of those natures, as soon as we pour a lot of our energy into as a ministry, that we don't have a lot of outlet for other things. But now that we're not doing those things, we could develop some other outlets.
All right, so last question. Does this mean that you are no longer a Dodge fan anymore?
I love my Dodge. I love my truck. I just don't like it breaking down. I told somebody that the other day. I said, I really have liked this truck tremendously. And I always thought once I bought that truck, I'd like to be one of those old men driving the same truck for 30 years, you know. So far, those plans haven't worked out really well. So I still don't know what's wrong with it. I'll probably try to work on it Friday, figure out what else is going on with it. Told a couple of different people. I said, before it's all said and done, I may have a new truck, you know, after replacing everything in it. So.
There comes a time when you're just through. You just get so tired of working on it. And I've had to do exactly what you do. Just walk away for a while and not mess with it anymore.
Right.
And regroup. And I have come away with the answer by walking away from that. And then sometimes you just have to get right back into it.
Yeah, I was looking at my history on my tablet the other day because I was trying to find an article that I looked up. And as I was scrolling through there, I saw all this. I didn't realize how many things I had read or watched about what's wrong with my truck. You know, and I was sitting there scrolling. I had to scroll several pages to get past all the different things that I had read about. That's how much time I'd spent trying to figure out what was wrong with my truck. You know, to try to find that one article that I had, you know, several days ago. So, yeah, it's good to step away from it and to get your mind on that. That's one of the things I love, and probably why I love fishing so much, is that it's the one thing I know when I do it, my mind's on nothing else.
Oh, yeah.
You know, nothing else. I don't have a tendency to carry anything with me when I go fishing. I'm just concentrated on trying to catch those fish, and it's a good way to just get away and not think about things. There's some things you can try to get away and the thoughts don't leave you, they're still there.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't do that when I fish.
Amen. Well, I'm thankful for those times at least.
Amen.
Well, folks, thank you for tuning in and watching. And if you have questions that you want answered from Pastor, just message us and let us know, and we'll be glad to do that. And until next time, God bless you. Praying for you. And if we can do anything for you, let us know.
Amen.